Finish these reads. Now I'm gonna use this oracle, see what comes out. Had to take me a break and get something to eat. What I did pick up out of these cards was there was a couple trying to timeline jump, um, some panic about a court case. Somebody was dying. Uh, I don't know. Anyway, somebody, whatever it was, somebody was like, how did they say that? They was talking about fear, but the way they was talking about, I'm trying to think about the combination of cards of how to say it. It was like somebody is wherever this is happening, somebody's saying they're afraid. They're not saying afraid. It's like somebody is so scared of the consequences or whatever is going to happen with that situation. Hmm. This is that fear again. Yeah, it's somebody. They keep saying people growing through whatever the sorcery or the spell work is, and it's like, how does this? How do these people keep making it through? How do they keep going? I mean, that's kind of irrelevant, ain't it? A person is having a new start. They gotta let somebody go. They gotta just let the energy go. Period. It's on a collective level. It's not just one person. If a person is fated for something, I don't know what somebody don't get. Um, Now there was a priest that a Jezebel. Well, that's what it came up in the cards. A Jezebel and a karmic male. That's the combination that came up, and it was saying that these two people had lied to that priest, and it did something to his energy, where it changed his path in some way, and he found out, and he's pissed off. And I don't know how that goes, but so, I tell you what, he pissed about it. I mean, I get it. He out for blood, but ain't for the target. Because whoever that couple was, they lied, and they lied to a practitioner that is well seasoned. Okay, let's see what comes out. Somebody is protected. Now, it says ribs, caged, structure, flexibility, creation, spirit, contain, expansion, core, values. I like these cards because they are straight to the point. Now, somebody is protected because they're supposed to be. Most likely, this person is protected from death. They're immune to death. They are immortal. It's too hard of a concept to explain down here in 3D world. Um, I'm gonna say it like this: there's a lot of sorcery that goes on in all of our lives. There are certain people that just cannot be protected. I mean, they can't be excuse me, y'all. They can't be touched. Why did I say can't be protected? I don't know why, but you can't touch this person. Let's just talk about these immortal people. It's people that can't die. On the 3D level, so under normal circumstances, what they do is they change our path for us down here in the 3D. Now, if you tamper with this person's 3D reality, all they do is constantly get rerouted. You can't put them on a path of destruction because they already have parameters that don't allow them to use their free will as much as another person. Okay, so this is like straight and narrow path. It's not saying that they perfect. It's just saying it's constant course correction with this. So these two cards right here, the liver card says, it says detoxifying, life force, passion, wealth, abundance, ethics, challenges, and retaining. So just those two together. I'm just giving y'all the keywords, but this person sight is not activated. These two cards, the sight is not activated. It's not activated on a person on purpose. So they're not, it's not that they're not awake because they're always awake. the thing is that they're not activated. So they did whatever this was on a collective of already awakened people, but they weren't activated. So they protected from things like the veil being sacrificed, because probably because they are the veil. Okay, these people that they're trying to attack is the new veil, and it's going to be newly constructed, a newly constructed dome, almost like a new fabric. So yeah. Oh, this says spine alignment, evolution, spirituality, self discovery, confidence, and rigidity. So somebody has to turn their back. The reason that they got to turn their back is because somebody is awakened, and I don't think they knew that, because a person is activated. Just because a person is not using their spiritual gifts don't mean that they're not awake. So this is a lesson for somebody, very very specific, because just like these flowers are, they got pressure on their, what is this called? Is it the medulla oblongata? They got pressure here. So I mean, it's equivalent to what is it? It's equivalent to being at the very, what I want to say is stripped, y'all. Okay, paralyzed from the neck down, but it's given it to me in a spiritual sense. This person is let me explain it to y'all before we look it up, so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. But this person is stripped. They're gonna be forever stripped. So it's like a final warning. It's either your life or your gifts. Um, but it's putting pressure here, and it's definitely warning this person. This is like a near-death experience. It's equivalent to being stripped. Um, yeah. So let's see. Because this person is not aligned. This right here, if you're stealing stuff to rise your kundalini from other people and you get struck right here, your crown ain't ready for it. It's no need. This vessel is going to blow out. Now, I don't understand why a person wouldn't notice. That's the thing. I'm not talking about the general public. I'm talking about somebody that's very seasoned in spirituality. The only way they can't notice is because they never encountered it before. What a lesson. To be stripped of your gifts and have to do everything the right way. Like, why didn't you do it before? Like, probably because they was taught in their bloodline for a long time. And let's look up. Let's see what the medulla oblongata controls, because that's the occipital lobe, I think. Medulla oblongata, or simply medulla, is the long stem-like structure which makes up the lower part of the brainstem. It does a lot of autonomic. Okay, so that's the autonomic nervous system. So it's giving me a download that this person loves to play around with a person's nervous system. Um, it says it does functions ranging from vomiting to sneezing, respiratory, vasomotor, heart rate, blood pressure, sleep cycle. See, you shouldn't be touching around in that stuff. Mm-mm-mm. So it's telling me like heart attack spells and stuff like that, reflexes. Yeah. So basically, you would have to, somebody would have to do everything for you. Sorry, y'all. Let me see what else I can find. It's almost like somebody taking somebody. When y'all hear things like destiny swapping and all of that stuff, I don't pay attention to none of that stuff. But when y'all hear people that's not awake and they destiny swap, that is the word that they use. I'm only using that because it's a spiritual term, but uh, hacking somebody's brain basically. They then tapped into a part of the brain that they don't even know nothing about. Cardiovascular control, respiratory control, digestive control, sensory functions, motor functions, endocrine functions. That's not funny. I got another download real quick. So it was about, I'm gonna say resurrection because now it's running from me. Let me see if I can turn it around. So okay, so this person tapping in to swap somebody that I don't want to say outranks them, somebody potentially that they were supposed to be working with had they balanced themselves out. Okay, had they balanced themselves out and merged with the collective properly, this person could have joined in with the collective consciousness, but they swapping destiny, trying to swap destiny with a person that's already they died, even though they human. Like I would call it ascension, I would call it a resurrection, I would call it born again. This person, okay, so this person would have to do the same thing, but because they haven't ascended properly, it would only be death, not transformation. So that's giving me the death card right there. So it's a warning for this person. I want to get these cards. Yeah, somebody gonna learn. They learning their lesson. They first of all they block. They trying to mess with somebody's perceptions, and that's a no-no. Somebody forcing somebody to try to see something. See, they want somebody to come towards them. It's like a love offer. That's what it's showing me, a love offer. But it's showing me something that's already been tried and exhausted. Like, no, this ain't a second chance. This is somebody looking for the 8th, 9th, 10th chance. I'm picking up a third party that did like whatever this love spell. it's so huge, y'all. There's no point in making it about one person. They all trying to put everybody in another cycle of relationships that's in contrast. It says weighed down with problems, very heavy load, too much fire, too much fire. This also represents extremely high blood pressure. And that's just saying pick your battles. Pick your battles wisely. It says money confusion, juggling two situations around because it's either money. Somebody is in financial trouble, but even paying for a service like this is too much. But waiting on money from somebody else's energy is also too much. There's that. It says Wheel of Fortune, elevation of money, overseas trip, completion of phases. This is what I was saying. So this right here, these two are Sagittarius energy. This is Sagittarius energy. And with this in between, let me see. It's telling me about an axis. Hold on. Because it's telling me about, like, how do you say it? Well, I mean, Sagittarius season is coming up, and y'all know I get a lot of Sagittarius things like Ozzy Osbourne dying. Taylor Swift, something's going to go on with her, too. That came up. I don't know what's going on with her, but I think it's going to be something. It's definitely going to be something unexpected because of her character. But whatever this, okay, now I know what it is. It's astral travel. People trying to astral travel. So this is multiple attempts of astral traveling. Each 10 times, people astral travel, stole people's destiny, blah, 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 right? This right here is when you learn your lesson. Because when you get to the 10, it's complete. And there's 2 10s right here. So when you get to the 10, it's complete. So it's like I said with this spine, if you're going to take a chance, final warning, you're going to do it again, or you're not going to do it again. So, I mean, it's up to each person. But let me finish looking at that. The money is coming up. King of Pentacles again. Either somebody wants to they want to alchemize to somebody energy. And see, with this right here, why would you try to be the King of Pentacles? Obviously, you're not the King of Pentacles. You're trying to be the King of Pentacles, which means you're trying to match somebody's energy. You're trying to match somebody's energy. If you're using this, if you got a pentacle with uh with these, the only energy, let me put this down so I don't confuse y'all. The only energy that's like him is the pentacles. This could be somebody astral traveling, using their money to pay for spell work through another multiple times to get their desired result. This could be someone sleeping with multiple people or one person and harvesting their energy over and over again to get what do you call it? What did I say? A resurrection to come back on the 3D and be on the top of the wheel. Okay, it's several things, but whatever this person has exhausted it. So it's another thing. Somebody could be using their children or their offspring, especially when it comes to the masculine or father energy. The paradigm is gone. Like they put way too much pressure on their heart. I'm not getting. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm not getting nothing on this, but it's like all I'm gonna say about this card is it has to be done the right way or no way. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. The right way or no way. Because we got the mother and the father here. The father is exhausted. That would be all the 10 of wands. How is this? Let me see. Like this. Somebody gotta stop coming at a person. Like they don't have a choice. That's all I'm saying. If somebody don't have to have a choice in the matter, they gotta stop because something here has changed. Whether they can see it or not, they might be confused, but they know that something has changed because they've done something multiple times. I don't know if the finances is going down or somebody's losing life force or whatever it is. One energy, the energy that's sought after. Sorry, y'all. When this energy go through me, I got it. It's gonna move through me like that. Anyway, um, the target is getting further and further away. It seems like every attempt is actually propelling energy in the right direction and it's making it more balanced. It's actually doing the target more good to not engage at all. Kind of to the knowing is there, but for you to completely ignore when people is pulling or tugging on your energy or do something else. It's like if I wake up mad and I purposely make myself happy. If I wake up depressed, if I start craving food, if I do the opposite, just practice and everything that y'all do when y'all feel those energies and y'all don't know where it's coming from, just do the opposite. Do the opposite. Find something to change your mood. It's like if you said you was crying and you was upset, right? And I took a big chunk of ice from the freezer and I rubbed it on your back until you got that notion out your head. First of all, it's gonna leave instantly. Or I mean, either way, if I held a fire to the palm of your hand while you thinking that thought, I'm gonna reset you because humans only reset through pain. So if I'm burning a hole in your hand with that fire, you really can't think that thought. It's plenty of things you can do that's not as violent as what I'm saying. Like if you go and soak yourself in a tub with some salt water in it and make it as hot as you can stand it. You have to, human nature is going to require you to pay attention to the hundreds of the central nervous system, this medulla. It's going to make you pay attention to your body because it's saying, the water is hot. We got to pay attention. Let's ease down in the water, stay focused if one want to burn ourselves. It don't have to be scalding hot, but something that turns off your mind. It's going to shift it on something. It's going to shift it to the most obvious thing at hand, which is the body's safety. Who cares about who's tampering with what or who's doing anything outside yourself? The mission is to keep the body safe. That's what the central nervous system is for. So as soon as it's triggered, it's telling you something ain't right. Your hair stand up on your arms, not just when you cold, when you get nervous. This is the largest organ. It's going to tell you what it do and don't like. Regardless of you have information, be like, oh, my skin don't like you. I'm starting to itch every time I come around you. I don't understand it. It's breaking out in a rash. Like this is what we move into. That's why society moving from thinking to feeling is so extremely uncomfortable because we have to go through the feelings. You know what I mean? Why am I hurt? Why am I alone? Why am I sad? Why I overeat? Why I do this? Why I do that? And a lot of people don't. Our society wasn't set up for that. Now, I wish that we could have all the excuses in the world of who did what, but at this point, it's a luxury. It's really do or die. That's Pluto energy. I can't get it out these cards. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just move to Pluto. So Four of Cups. That's somebody ignoring their feelings. They keep trying to go back to the past where it's not. Money fluctuations, being offered something you may not want. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that don't get what they want. Boy, you got to be really entitled or arrogant to think something belongs to you in this world. Then you'd be stuck, kind of making me feel like I want to throw up. There we go. That's Pluto. That's the death card. So what is this? Yeah, somebody is hiding. They hiding their identity, who they work with, what their true intentions is. Like I said, whatever this is manipulation. There's no reason you should be tapping into somebody else. It's none, and it's hard to say that because I read tarot, but I wouldn't even know these things if it wasn't in my energy in some way, shape, or form. I would have no idea, none whatsoever. The same way y'all mind might be blown, my mind is blown too because I'm like, what does that have to do with me? So this is a near-death experience. If y'all see how this person's feet is starting to turn blue, it's very important for not just one, but all of these energies to start paying attention because if you notice, this is also blue. And I mean, I see it, but I never put two and two together. But this person is causing their own near-death experiences because they're thinking outside of themselves. You have to pay attention to your physical vessel. I mean, it's human to ruminate and think about the past and, grieve over it and process the emotions, but trying to go back through the past when it's not inviting you can be pure hell. Most people, the people that's doing what they supposed to, they don't want nothing to do with the past. They be like, get on out of here. Like, I'm ready to get over it and through it. This is just saying somebody is very wise. And they telling me separate the cards. So somebody is very, very wise. But they've been wise since they was a child. This person looks mature. This person got something past. It says brain, higher consciousness, knowledge, critical nature, thinking clearly, and duality. Somebody has had something since they was a child. It's almost like the ancestors passed it down to them. So, immunity. Somebody is protected from death. I'm going to tell y'all what this card means in a minute because I got to put them together. It says immunity, security, resilience, balance, harmony, learning, response, and cleansing. So this card right here talks about the ego and arrogance. I don't know if somebody just want to be somebody. They can't. It says security. Somebody is protected by the ancestors. I don't know who this person is or why it's popping up. Let me just read the bottom of the card because it's like somebody trying to overtake somebody or be somebody. It says ear. It says only what you want to hear. Open to the truth, messages, gossip, and balance. Somebody tap it. What? Okay, I ain't mean to put the cards there, but whoever this person is that keep constantly they tapping into something that they not supposed to be there. Like, what should this person be tapping into? Let's say it like that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stay with the medical cards, okay? Because this person has to worry about their physical health. Let's get that straight. Somebody need to worry about their physical health instead of tapping into somebody else. It's like somebody wants to be somebody so bad. And that's a lot of energies. Like I said, destiny swapping is not just one person. Somebody wants some type of authority over a connection. Somebody want a connection, but somebody lack vision because under that is rationality. trapped in a mindset. Whatever it was a waste. Somebody pressed their luck too long and now they can't get free from something because they decided to go up against somebody. They decided to compete with somebody that they actually needed instead of going with the flow. What do they need to focus on? It looks like they need to focus on, like I said, their health, but specifically their diet is affecting their emotions. And the way that it's giving it to me is this person is poisoning themselves. I don't think they're doing it with a food. I think they're doing it with a substance. So food to a lesser degree, meaning they're making, it's like a person is like, I wouldn't say not eating because they eating, but eating trash. Greed. Greed. Greed is what's blocking a person. They greedy. But keep giving me eating. So here's the stomach and the spleen down there. All they care about is money. I don't care about money like that. I understand I know what money is. I'm not gonna explain myself, but I'm just saying. Hold on, y'all, because I gotta go get that book and we're gonna read about what greed is. I'm almost sure we already did. Okay, so it says four of earth, greed, scarcity, and fear. There's an old saying that what is for you will never pass you, meaning that fate will ensure that the relationship, career, or luck that is your due will find its way to you no matter what. However, some people do not trust the universe in that way and they hold on jealousy with both hands. Hold on, y'all. I always read this wrong. However, some people do not trust the universe in that way, and they hold on to jealousy with both hands to what they have while looking at how they can obtain more. What are you holding on to too tightly? This may be time to think about loosening your grip and trusting that you will not be abandoned or left destitute. Same thing if you exercise more generosity of spirit. So a person is still in an energy where they're not sharing. They're selfish, especially if you're trying to take something from somewhere else. And it's greed. Whatever this is, it is diet, y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all. It is definitely diet. Because this right here, in this deck right here, the stomach represents fairness and the spleen represents healing. It's like this could be a earth sign, a Virgo masculine. Just like I said, getting with a person just so they can be the king of pentacles, but that's not who they are. They're not the king of pentacles. They need to learn how to do it for themselves instead of getting somebody pregnant and putting them in a baby trap just so they can feed off the kids' tissue and bones energetically, or insurance policies on their kids or their spouse. Like, you got to do your own alchemy. That's just where we are now in society. I can't explain that no more, but this is just, for our confirmation and stuff like that. And at the bottom, a connection. So that's how many of us connect with greed. Like, think about that. Somebody that's trying to heal their self is not trying to partner with no greed, especially if you're the one to go in and you help a person that is deficient in anything. You know what I mean? You want to help. These two things don't go together. So this person can partner with somebody that's also greedy like them. They got the same vision. They can't think in front of their face. But there's a lesson here to not think that way. And I think that there's some type of soul searching that's going on with this person. I'm going to get a card for over here. This person passed down to the ancestors. Somebody's immune to death. Stagnation. So somebody can't get this. There's an energy. There's a contrasting energy in this card. Okay, so somebody is protected. This is talking about fear and waste. So once again, somebody don't like the waste stuff, and another person greedy. It's just, it don't go together. Let me see. I'm gonna read this, but I'm trying to. this immunity card that's got me. Immunity card. This stagnation is blocking this person. Emotions is something with their ego or pride that's blocking it. And I think that what puzzles me the most, right? Even though we reading this, I'm saying to myself, like, I understand the human condition stops a lot of people because you're afraid of rejection, all types of things like that. But when you ascend to a certain level or go through your transformation so that something don't physically die or energetically die, you have to make moves in the 3D. You have to actually face your fears, and then you have to grieve through that process of rejection or loss, whatever it is. So somebody is not making either somebody is not making a move or they forcing their move, and this is what's blocking. It's like, I couldn't be tormented. I'm telling you, it would be, I could not be tormented. I would rather ask and know and have solid information than it just to be in my emotions. This right here is physical. This 3D. This is cash, money, materials, actual things you can hold on to. This is emotions right here. Somebody talking themselves out of something, or I don't know. It says four of water: stagnation, reflection, self absorption. Okay, self absorption. Ensure you are not getting stuck in a rut by opening yourself to new experiences. Your emotions may be very focused on your inner life at the moment, but that might mean that you are missing the things going on around you. It's fine to have a period of respite from worldly cares, but if you find that you are no longer getting enjoyment in your daily routine, this is a sign that you need to spice things up again with a bout of being social and talking to others. Awaken your curiosity for the world again. So, what did I get with that just now? Let me see. Hold on, y'all, because I got to download. It was something about this person's this pride that I'm getting over here. It's almost like somebody don't know how to be humble, or it's something foreign to this person. And that's probably what's making them uncomfortable. It's almost like somebody feeling like they have to be a man, or a woman is supposed to be this way. I don't know what this is, but it's not gonna allow a person to go towards the target. It's gonna push it. It's gonna repel it further away from the person. Yeah, this person got a lot to say and express. What is going on here? I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. I feel like it's a gag order on this side. It's a gag order. Somebody cannot talk because it's too late. It's something there. I don't know how to explain it to y'all, but it's like a person that can't talk because they did something. They did something wrong. Oh, the thyroid gland, the hierophant in the community. The thyroid gland is located in the throat. It's something that this person, it's something that somebody did since they was a child, as a child, a way that they've been as a child. It's multiple things here, but there is somebody for sure in a organization. It is a gag order here. I'm telling you, it's a gag order. This is something happening with the throat. Somebody cannot talk. Somebody is definitely also dying. That's a fact. It must be a. Did I say a female? I feel a female, masculine though. But it's so crazy because she masculine, but she look feminine on the outside. Very vindictive. I just don't like the energy. Taurus is very significant because that's the Hierophant. I wish I could do astrology with these, but I had to sit for the cards. I'm not gonna do that. Let me just read y'all this card, y'all, and then we're gonna look at the bottom and we'll be done. Okay, it says the thyroid gland It is the Hierophant. It says the keywords of community, beliefs, learning, society. The element is water. The thyroid is a butterfly shaped gland at the front of the neck. It regulates metabolism and balances hormones. It contributes to the overall sense of well being. In the way that the thyroid is key in promoting harmony in the body, a single person who selflessly gives of their time is key to a happy community. This card represents the coming together of the querent with others for positive outcomes. Somebody said that I'm giving y'all the download. Somebody said something to a community that backed them that they could do something and get it done, and they should have never did that. It happened the way it happened, but some things you just never gonna be able to identify with. Like I said, a lot of illogical things. It says this card represents coming together of the querent with others for positive outcomes, whether that is through a spiritual organization such as a church, youth group, or neighborhood scheme. There's a strong sense of learning within this card, linking it to younger people. However, it is not just the young who need education. Lifelong learning should be the aim of every evolving being. If you're now being approached with an opportunity to learn, the appearance of this card bodes well if you want to learn, but something went on for way too long to even come back from it. In this particular case that I got out here, to the point where somebody's thyroid gland is messed up. But just to know, our lesson that we learning from this is when we have new experiences where we in our pride or in our ego, don't make yourself unavailable for something that your reality is clearly bringing to you that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Just make yourself uncomfortable a little piece by piece. Take a class. Go research that. If you don't like, it's like YouTube. You might not like a certain reader. Go investigate what tones of voice, what messages you like to hear. Like, you have to find out, because it's saying work on it. Even if you don't get it from that personal source, you still got to fix it by yourself. You still got to figure it out. So it says this card might suggest you have been feeling isolated. The only way out of that is to connect with others. No matter how fearful of rejection you might be, it might be time to spread your wings and push out of your comfort zone. So it's either you do it or you don't with this. That's the lesson we learning from hearing this story. It's either you do or you don't. But the odds of you feeling uncomfortable when it comes to things that you have not worked on since childhood, okay? Because that's what we learning from a person that's sitting here and they voluntarily are decaying because of the things that they did. So we're learning from this experience. When things are uncomfortable, we're going to face our fears, and we have to find a way to face our fears, whether that is through getting these alternative therapies. And I talk about that all the time. I even tell my daughter, I tell her that feeling is uncomfortable, okay? Especially if it's something that you don't want to feel. So you have to feel it every once in a while so you can be accustomed to it. It's like, I wish I could explain things better, y'all, but it's like when you swaddle a baby, you got to wrap them up like they still in the womb if you want to keep them asleep, because that's how they used to do them before you take the blanket off, and they used to having their arms and their legs free. Of being afraid to ride a bike, you fall off the bike and you got to face your fear. So, like, you have to do it. You have to. It's no way around it. So it's plenty of ways to work on it, though. It don't have to always be scary. You only, people have to get comfortable with rejection. I ain't saying it's new. Everybody know it don't feel good. So connection was at the bottom. Let me see. Somebody get to go free. Under connection is liberation. Somebody gotta let somebody go. We already said that. Somebody's free. They're no longer a host, and it's multiple people that were hosts for these organizations. So I keep bringing this up. It keep coming out the readings. I'm just trying to get it out my system. So it's just a regurgitated story about 3 people in my life that was harvesting from me. They give out your name and your social security number, all types of stuff. But yeah, y'all, that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, thank you.